We will now open up the meeting for Thursday, June 1st, 2017.
Gary Bowden.
Here.
Robert Kaplan.
Here.
Brian Kennedy.
Here.
Sam Lopez. Chad Sigmund.
Here.
Vice Mayor Malpajo.
Here.
Mayor Goins.
Here.
This evening we have our prayer and pledge by Councilmember Kaplan.
Please stand. Dear Lord, King of the universe, as we gather tonight intent on doing good work, we seek to represent fairly and well those who have given us this task. May our efforts be blessed with insight and guided by understanding and wisdom. We seek to serve with respect for all. May our personal faiths give us strength to act honestly and well in all matters before us. Amen. Amen. Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This evening we have a special presentation by our mayor.
Kimberly, please come to the front of the room. This is from the City of Clarksburg Certificate of Recognition. This certificate is presented to Kimberly Swiger Blake in honor and recognition of your dedication, care, and commitment to the community and the citizens of Clarksburg. Thank you for 25 years of service with the Harrison County Emergency Squad. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Petitions, communications, and public hearings. If you please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Craig Phillips, 406 Isaac Creek Road, wishes to address council concerning illegal utility pole attachments within the city limits. And if you just come to the podium, sir.
Madam Mayor, Mr. Howe, council people, I would like to address you on an item that is very crucial to me, and that is illegal pole attachments, utility poles. Now, the ones directly in front of you, the black ones, they belong to the city. You'll never see a utility person try to climb one of those. I'm talking about the wooden ones throughout the entire, I'm talking city limits right now. Every community's got the same problem. I'm dealing with Clarksburg right now. Anything attached to them is illegal. That is not approved by Mon Power. They own the poles. Telephone company pays rent. Cable company pays rent. Anybody that's got fiber optic pays rent. They are all approved because the engineering and all has been accepted. Now, what I've found is, in most cases, the greatest offender is the municipalities, where you're mounting stop signs, street signs, no left turn signs, etc., etc., etc. Okay, you mount them hard to the pole. That means I have to try to climb around them. Now, I don't know how many of you may or may not be hunters or know of hunters that put tree stands in the trees. Have you ever known one where the person has failed to strap in and it come down? They usually end up riding the next limb down, and it is very uncomfortable, I assure you. I have come down the express route a number of times. I found out the first time the fall will not kill you. That sudden stop is going to definitely kill your teeth. So we have yard sale signs, lost dog, cat, house for sale, cash for anything, weddings. These are also offenses. I know you're not the ones putting them up, and I don't know who, right offhand, should be the poll police. Monpower will not probably create a position for poll police, but this is a safety issue. As I said, I've come down, I have seen 20-penny spikes sticking out. If I come down, I'm impaled. If I come down on a street sign, I'm cut, impaled. I've had all kinds of electric attached to the pole that's not the electric company. Just this past Sunday, there was an individual on Roosevelt Road, 4th house up, was mounting a dusk to dawn and security cameras to the pole. How he was going to get power to that dusk to dawn light, I don't know. So I just run Romex out to it, which is not the right wire. Again, when I speak of the gap, this is half of one. And I'd like for you all to pass it around. Be careful. I don't have enough.
Wrap it up a little bit, but we'll go ahead and take a look at that.
Okay, these things, this is all we stand on. That's it. That little bit is what sinks into the pole. I've got one on. You see how they ride. So we don't have a lot of room to go around and around. We're not monkeys, although we've been called 25-foot daredevils. We're not. If you will go to the pole on the intersection of East Pike and Marshall, right in front of Hardee's, right there on the corner, just look at it from 10 foot up, down. Go over, hands on, look at it. It's covered. Nails, roofing nails, staples, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Northview's got another one. They're all over the place. Now, what I'm saying is the city being the worst offender, in my opinion, they set the example. So everybody else says, oh, I can put a yard sale, I can put this, I can put that. I would like to direct your attention to Clarksburg City Code 533.06, where it says, no person, officer, agent, employee of any corporation or association shall stick, print, stamp, attach, hang, suspend upon any house, tree, fence, wall, automobile, or upon any pole. That's Clarksburg Code. West Virginia Code is, I think, 17, it's in the 17 code, and Monpower, First Energy, whatever they're called this week, they have guidelines also stipulating attachments to company poles. They're not allowed. And again, this is for our city. The individuals have to do this.
Martin, go ahead. You want to address this with him later on? Because we're not going to get it resolved this evening.
I understand. I believe if a city manager would contact your city works people and have them start neighborhood at a time, street at a time, take them off. If they need to be replaced, move out, put one of those galvanized posts about 18 inches off and remount the sign. It's out of the way. We're not going to get hurt. But it's going to require somebody to start.
We'll look at that. We also have a pole attachment agreement with Monpower or First Energy or whomever that you mentioned they are now. But we do have a pole attachment agreement, but we'll review that and then take whatever appropriate action may be
Okay, I know some municipalities have for Christmas and stuff like that. Signage is not one of them. And again, keep in mind our safety. I don't want to be impaled.
Right.
It's not going to be pretty. So again, I thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary Rollins, Pinewood Road, wishes to address council concerning the Robinson Green Performing Arts Center.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I believe most everyone knows me, either good or bad, but we'll go for the good right now. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, city manager. I want to congratulate you on the progress that's been made with the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center. It's kind of neat to go through there and see things happening. And I went by one day and the marquee was down. I went, oh, I hope they put it back up, and I'm sure they will in some form, nice and digital and all kinds of things. However, I have one concern, and it just concerns me, and those of you who know me know that if I have a concern, I tend to like to voice it every now and then. And with a little bit of theater background that I do have, I'm concerned at this point in time, to my knowledge, there's not been an executive director appointed or hired. And it was my understanding that perhaps this was supposed to happen earlier in the year. And if you plan on opening next spring, less than a year from now, whoever that person is, they're going to be really, really, really busy. Thank you.
Jamie Metz wishes to address council regarding the Harrison County Economic Development Corporation.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for letting me talk to you for just a few minutes. I'm here for a couple of reasons. Primarily, I'm here to thank you for your support. The support we get from the city of Clarksburg is crucial to the existence of our group. And without that, I don't know whether we could stay in business. But thank you very much for your support. I do want to talk to you about a couple things here in Clarksburg. There's some things going on. Some of those you are probably aware of, some you aren't. I can tell you there are a couple businesses looking to locate in or very close to Clarksburg. One of those businesses is a manufacturing entity. And if we can overcome some barriers, which we're working on diligently, I think we will have a manufacturing company located very close to the city limits here sometime very soon. I'm also working with the West Virginia Brownfields Assistance Center on a piece of property, a brownfield property that's located within the city limits of Clarksburg. It's an eyesore. It's a piece of property that's not been used constructively for many, many years. I think that this transaction is going to complete very, very soon. And I think you will have a commercial business and perhaps opportunities for other businesses very soon. Harrison County, one of the biggest problems we have here is we don't have any shovel-ready industrial property. There's not property that's level, that everything we need to do, all the things we need to get a business started, they're just not there. But there is a piece of property like that in Harrison County. I'm sure you saw a few weeks ago in the paper that Ike Morris and Mike Ross approached the county and my organization about hoping that we could take ownership of a piece of property that they own, which, to be quite honest, has been priced way too high. That's why the property has not moved. But we are right now having that property appraised. I just want you to know, as one of our supporters, that I can promise you I will not obligate the county or our organization to any significant debt. But if this is a piece of property we can get a hold of for the benefit of Harrison County, we're going to try to do that. I've also traveled a lot here in the last few months. I've been traveling. I've been to Texas and to Florida, and that's mostly regarding aerospace industries. Last fall, I was approached by the Department of Commerce's Japan office in the Eastern Panhandle, and they told me that there are several companies in Japan that have a strong interest in Harrison County, but that the only way we're going to do business with those companies is if we start developing a relationship. They told me I need to come to Japan. To be honest with you, that's not something I was anxious to do. But I have been approached by the state, and later this month I will be traveling to Japan with Woody Thrasher and some other people from the Department of Commerce to try to start developing those relationships. And I'm really here just to update you on those things. Those are things that are happening. If you have any questions that I might be able to answer, I'd be glad to try to do that.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
City managers report and update.
So the general updates, the Chestnut Street project, the final phase is currently out to bid. The bids are going to be due by 10 a.m. Tuesday, June 27th at the DOH office in Charleston. And the completion date is scheduled for Friday, September 29th. So we're very hopeful that project does continue to move forward per that timeline so that the roadway can be reopened before winter as we move forward.
May I make a comment?
Yes.
I know there was a lot of hard work between yourself and our assistant city manager as well as Senator Can getting this pushed forward. So I'd like to thank you and appreciate your efforts, because this is really a big problem for the city. And so now we can see a light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you for your hard work.
Absolutely. Now, the LCAP, which is the Landfill Closure Assistance Program that closes the municipal landfill that's been closed for many years. The mandatory pre-bid meeting was held Wednesday, May 24th. We had approximately 15 general and subcontractors that were present for that pre-bid. The bid opening will be held Wednesday, June 21st at 10:30 a.m. and that'll be held in Charleston at the DEP office. Again, that's another project that we've been working on consistently for many years to bring that landfill through the final closure program. So we're very hopeful this project will move forward as well. Tire collection day, the DEP will be accepting tires for disposal at RCB High School on Saturday, June 3rd from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. And then residents of Harrison County may dispose up to 10 tires per person, and they will request a photo ID as you enter the area at Robert C. Byrd to dispose of those tires. Sidewalk improvement program. The application process to date, we have handed out 40 applications and 22 have been returned. So the budget for the project has been met. So there is a waiting list for those alternate sidewalks that have been approved. The 2017 paving program, again, we're finalizing that final list to be put out for sealed bid. We're beginning with year number 1 out of the 17-year paving program. We're beginning that process over now. We do estimate this will be the largest paving in city history. We do budget $500,000 for the budget for the program, but we do believe we can get $650,000 worth of paving completed this coming year. So that'll be going out to bid very shortly. The audit, we did receive notification from the state auditor's office that we will have the ability to advertise an RFP for the auditing services for fiscal years ending 2017 as well as 2018. The YMCA, the open house, will be held Monday, June 5th at 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that's to celebrate the reopening of the pool with the HVAC system and heating unit for the pool finalized. And that just gives the public an opportunity to come back up as well to promote the Y. Economic development for the Robinson Grant Performing Arts Center. The new interior sanitary and storm drains have been installed, and they are entirely separated, and they are also tied into the new separated system that the sanitary board completed last year as well in that area. Approximately 15% of the masonry work has been completed and cleaned, and then the grinding and brick removal on the west wall is in progress. So if you see bricks missing on the west wall, that's why they are in there repointing that area. And then plumbing is approximately 50% installed throughout the project. Again, then the power plant that is right outside of the city limits that's being proposed, there will be a public hearing held Tuesday, June 6th at 5:30 p.m. That will be held out at the Harrison County Recreation Complex out on US Route 19 South. Sanitary Board, the Dale Avenue sanitary sewer system improvement project. The bid opening was held today at 2 p.m. We did receive 8 bids that were submitted. The bids are currently being reviewed now by the sanitary board's engineer, and then the sanitary board will meet at the regular scheduled meeting Tuesday, June 13th, to consider awarding that bid for the Dale Avenue project. FOIA requests, we have received 2. One request Monday, May 15th from David Palmerton of GZA Geo Environmental Inc. requesting any and all records and recordings associated with Zencan Enterprise. We did respond on Thursday, May 25th, informed them it was not the corporate city limits to contact the Harrison County Commission. Also received a FOIA request for Heather Noel, Esquire, requesting copies of all files with respect to sewer work performed at 101 Emerson Drive, and we are scheduled to review the files on Thursday, June 8th at 8:30 a.m. within the code office, and that will be provided to them. That completes the matter.
Thank you. Unfinished business. Consideration of second and final reading and public hearing of an ordinance establishing salaries or compensation for municipal officers or employees for fiscal year 2017-18 and repealing all inconsistent ordinances. Notices regarding the public hearing appeared in the Exponent Telegram on May 23rd and May 30th.
We will now open this up for public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak for or against may do so at this time. We will close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. I just wanted to quickly state my support for this measure. Among other things, it raises salaries for our police and firefighters, and those are real heroes of mine, and I'm really glad to be able to support them and do this. Thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Consideration of second and final reading and public hearing of an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Clarksburg creating Article 916.05 of Chapter 1, Part 9 of the Codified Ordinances of Clarksburg, renaming a street located in the corporate boundaries of the city from Radford Street to Bad Lizard Boulevard. Notices again appeared as previously stated.
We will now open this up for public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak for or against may do so at this time. We will close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
New business. Consideration of setting time for the canvass to be conducted on Monday, June 12, 2017 at 10:30 a.m.
So moved. Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Council comments?
Okay, so we do have a quorum for next Monday, right? All right, so we're good.
Well, you counted.
Okay. It's tough getting a 4 on that one. Okay. First of all, I want to commend Lynette and Paula for the early voting and your professionalism. I actually got a call from someone, an elderly voter, that said that you went above and beyond what she expected to help her get in and out. And so I just wanted to pass that on. And again, congratulations for the Chestnut Street project, Anthony and Martin. And good luck to the candidates in the upcoming election. And one other thing, just as a reminder, the First United Methodist Church is hosting the first responder dedication this Sunday at 10:45. Hopefully you all will be there. But it would be nice if we could all go and attend. And at the same time, they'll be presenting a check to the City of Clarksburg for their contribution to the Robinson Graham Performing Arts Center. So that's this Sunday at 10:45. Yeah. Vice Mayor?
Well, I'd like to iterate on what you said. It was nice to wake up this morning and see the bid for Chestnut Street. Commend City Manager and Mr. Bellotti and former Senator Sam Can for their efforts. Don't forget Saturday morning tire collection at Robert C. Byrd. So, up to 10 tires, you have to have a photo ID and live in Harrison County. And please don't forget to vote on Tuesday. It's your civic duty and it's your right, and a lot of people don't have that right. So everybody have a good weekend.
I just want to thank everyone for coming to EMS, and congratulations, 25 years is quite a good accomplishment. So it was good to have you all here, and again, go out and vote, and hope everyone has a great week.
Well, I'd like to also just sort of reiterate about Chestnut Street. That's, I don't want to say been a thorn in our side, but to get that open for the school system and the public and everybody concerned, major artery, very excited about that. Also, I'd like to mention, I heard Kathy wish the candidates much luck in the upcoming election, but I do want to mention that there is a Meet Your Candidate night tomorrow evening at the Senior Citizen Center. And those of you that can attend, come and see what elections are all about. So look forward to seeing you all there. And the city looks beautiful. And if everybody keeps up the good work, we're going to be in good shape. Thank you.
I would just encourage us to make public the list of roads that we're going to be working on. As Martin said, it's one of the most impressive undertakings financially and probably construction-wise too, paving-wise. But I think people get excited about knowing that something in their neighborhood is like that is going to be handled. So let's make them aware of that as soon as we possibly can. And
Yeah, we do it every year. We put it on the website.
That's all.
First of all, I hope everyone had a great Memorial Day. For me, it's always a moment to reflect because as a veteran, I know a few people that were among those made the ultimate sacrifice, people I served with that didn't get to come home. So it was nice to pay tribute to them. And as some other members have already said, one of those rights that they died to defend is your right to vote. So please come out and vote either tomorrow or Saturday, early voting, or Tuesday at your normal polling place. That's all I have.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Meeting adjourned.